Ford fans will recognize this tractor right away. It's a 2N, built back in 1947. Today, it's owned by Jim Evans, and it's been in his family for decades. Jim estimates his father paid about $1,100 when he got it for the family farm in Iowa.
My dad, Walker Evans, bought it new. He farmed in southeastern Iowa near Winfield, and I think the different activities that the Ford could carry out were part of the appeal. I think he liked the versatility of it. It was innovative for its time.
Innovative is right. Ford Ferguson tractors are famous for combining Ford's reliability with Harry Ferguson's self-regulating three-point hitch system, which was instrumental in making the N-Series tractors so popular.
Over the years, I've gained appreciation for the heritage and the innovativeness of this tractor, with the Ferguson system and the Henry Ford background in it. The fact that it was three-point hitch was innovative at that time on the N tractors, and it had 6 speeds forward with the Sherman overdrive and 2 reverse, so it was faster. It was an exciting tractor for me. I probably was just early in high school age, so I was getting involved in some of the field work, and it was a tractor I liked to drive because as a little squirt, I could just step down on the clutch, and I didn't have to push hard on the clutch. So it was an easy tractor for me, and I think that was one of the appeals of it.
When Walker retired in 1974, Jim and his wife Marlene bought the 2N at auction and relocated it to their place in Illinois. For the next several years, the tractor was used for things like gardening and pushing snow. But in the early 90s, the old family Ford found a new purpose, restarting Walker's old popcorn tradition.
In 1993, his health was such that he wasn't no longer able to raise popcorn. He had raised it since 1938 when he started farming. We said, well, if you'll tell us what to do, maybe we can grow it here in Illinois, and we'll see how that goes. So in 1993, we grew our first popcorn and began to market it in local specialty food stores and so on. And it met with acceptance, so we expanded from there. Not a big operation because it's labor intensive, and the revenue from it flows into an education fund for the children and the nieces and nephews who worked on the project. So the Ford helps us. It helps us on tilling the ground. We have a different planting system. And then we bought a one-row New Idea corn picker. For popcorn, picking it on the ear is better than combining it. So we bought that, and our Ford pulls that picker. We started out with hand picking, hand shelling, and over time we've developed motorized systems that save us time and fit the scale, and the Ford fits right into that.
So for decades now, the Ford has been working hard for multiple generations of the Evans family. Want to talk about reliable? Over all these years, they've never had to do any major work to keep the 2N up and running.
We've never had the engine replaced or major work on the engine. We keep it out of the weather. That's one thing we want to do. So I think that makes a big difference. Other than that, we just try to keep it in good working condition, and it's doing fine. It'll probably outlast me by quite a bit.
Jim has no plans to ever put the Ford out to pasture. The Evans family likes their 2N as a working tractor, continuing a tradition that was started on Walker's farm decades ago.
I don't know how to express it, but it means something. I don't know what the future will be. I don't know what it may mean in our family beyond me, but it's been important to me, partly through the memory of Dad and his use of it. He would be pleased that it's still going. I think he would appreciate the fact that he took good care of it when he farmed and used it heavily, and that someone else has found value in the same kind of care. it'll be part of my activities as long as I have ability to care for it and find use for it. And at some point, I hope it'll find a good home beyond me.
All right, thanks for catching Classic Tractor Fever. If you'd like to find more features on Ford, be sure to check out these other stories. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button to keep more Classic Tractor Fever headed your way.